Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delilah Marai, and if you're new here, welcome. I focus on mom, fashion, and lifestyle content. So today we're going to talk about school, summer school that is in my household, what that looks like, what I do for fun, how I make it exciting for them, how I keep a schedule, and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's just start with why I am doing this at home. The schedule is very important for me because I work from home and so does my husband. We are in sales and we are on the phone often. So the girls, I have two daughters, a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. So one going into 5th grade and the other one going into 1st grade. They can get a little rowdy, as kids do. And it's just a little bit chaotic. So I had a one-on-one with my daughter, with my oldest. Her name is Devani. And I asked her what kind of schedule would work for her. If I had her make a schedule, what type of schedule would work for her it includes, right? Any learning activities, reading, but also a little bit of fun. So she got a piece of paper. Seriously, she got a piece of paper. She wrote down times of the day and when she wanted to do what. I did tweak a couple of things. So I tweaked every day they go outside, right? And she had listed to go outside around 2 p.m. We live in Texas. Going outside around 2 o'clock is it's so hot. It's so hot, it's not enjoyable. So I kind of moved that to the morning. And you'll see what I'm talking about. But that is how the schedule came about. This is our 2nd week going into the schedule and it has worked perfectly. I do the same schedule for my daughter, for both of my daughters, for both girls. They're different age groups, so of course, the content is a little bit different for each, but I leverage the same websites, the same apps, the same everything. They do the same thing. So let's get into what the schedule looks like and all that good stuff. So, okay, the schedule. The schedule starts Monday. It ends on Thursday. Friday is just a free day. They can do whatever they want. It's usually a day where my schedule with work is slower. I don't have as many calls on Fridays and they can be as loud as they want to be. They can play with whatever they want. They can watch movies all day. They can whatever it is, it's a fun day for them. If they want to spend the entire day outside, go for it, right? So this is just Monday through Thursday. Now, again, this is a schedule that my daughter created for herself that I tweaked, meaning I added a couple of things, making it more specific, right? So she said, I think there was one day that she wanted to do art. Sorry, that's my chair. One day that she wanted to do art. And I made it more specific. I did YouTube art. We'll log on to YouTube and she can pick any kind of how-to drawing and kind of follow the lead there. Or she can paint, different things like that. So Monday, well actually every day, they wake up at 7 a.m. And I'll probably pull up a picture of this as I read. You can take a look at what it is. But they wake up at 7 a.m., right? They wake up, they get dressed, they eat breakfast, all that good stuff. 8 a.m., they start on chores. Now, chores are extremely important for me to get them started on it because they get a $20 allowance every single week, even my 6-year-old. And up to now, they really haven't earned that money. And I just feel like I'm just throwing money at them and they're not really earning it. So now they do chores every single day. They have a little bit of something to do. Either it's loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, cleaning the kitchen, meaning wiping the counters off, putting trash away, feeding the dog. They feed the dog, but they clean the entire bowl out and then set fresh water, fresh food for the dog. And I think one thing that I added was laundry. They had no idea how to fold their laundry, or hang their laundry up. I mean, my daughter's 10. I feel like at that point, it's okay to start learning to do it. Of course, my 6-year-old had no idea, but now she's got it down and she can do fold and put away her own laundry. And to me, that's kind of impressive. I don't know. I think it's for me, it's impressive that she's doing that all on her own. But yeah, every day they do their chores at 8 a.m. So the next thing is like 9 a.m. outdoor play. I think it's highly important for kids to go outside and have a good time, at least for 30 minutes to an hour, especially in the morning because it's not as hot. There isn't like a lot of traffic, you know, with cars and whatnot outside. They can go in the backyard and leverage that space. But yeah, they like to play outside, and I have visibility to the entire front yard because my office is at the very front of my home. So my windows, I can see everything. So if they're outside playing, obviously I have cameras everywhere pointing outside that I can use, but I'm also staring right at them, right? So anything that, if somebody falls off a bike, like I can immediately go outside and help them. Or sometimes I'll have my coffee out there with them and just hang out for a little bit. So 10 a.m. is when I have them come in and do math and a snack. Now you'll notice a couple of days will change. Tuesdays and Thursdays are very different than Mondays, right? With the activities towards the end of the day. I feel like every morning is very consistent. We'll have math at 10 a.m. and then we'll have snack, and there will be another like activity right after that at 11. But at the end of, or towards the end of the day, I like to change it up because that's when that 2 o'clock feeling hits for myself, for my kids. Like everyone is just, I don't know, we're drained. We're drained by that time. So I like to make it a little bit different. So that's where I incorporate art. I incorporate, you know, different activities like typing. They do typing lessons. They do reading. They do Audible, or they do like a read to me. My youngest does a read to me version of a book where she's kind of following along, but it's reading to her. That all of that is good. It's good for them to absorb it. It's like it's entertaining. It's like watching a show, but it's actually reading through an entire book, right? And that could be a good 20-minute book. It read to them, you know. So yeah, it's like I think it's just so important to continue to be very consistent throughout the summer and build that motivation in my kids. Now, I like to have a lot of fun. Like I like my kids to have fun and enjoy their summer and do fun things. So for me, the way that I show them like the work hard, play hard version is, again, at the end of the week on Fridays, like a fun day. They can do whatever they want. We usually go out and get ice cream for them. But on the weekend, I take them to go do something fun, like an activity. Kidzania, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's here in Frisco. And it's kind of like a kids town. We'll probably go into it a little bit more because I'm actually going there tomorrow. So if I can make this like a 2-part video, I will do that. But yeah, it's like a kids town. They can show up and get like their their college degree, and then they do little jobs within that little town, but it's all focused on kids. Like parents can't participate at all. You just kind of sit back and watch, you know, put your AirPods in and call it a day, because they're just gonna run around and have like a good time. But back to the schedule. So some of the days actually have flashcards. Now, excuse me. So I think it's extremely important, let me find mine, to do like multiplication, addition, subtraction, and division flashcards. These I got at Target. I will try to link it if I can. I got subtraction, I got multiplication, I got all of them, right? And I even got fractions. That is a good one. And so I just do like a rapid timing with my daughter. Of course, this is on a downtime where I have a break or something from work. Other than that, they're usually working on a worksheet, and we'll get into that stuff in a minute. But this is a good it's a good change for like the math section. And my oldest loves math. Devani loves math. She's really good at it too, and she's always asking me to like quiz her. So we'll just pull out the flashcards and we'll just go real fast and see how many she can get right in a short amount of time. And I tell her that in school, when she feels uncomfortable answering something, it's because she doesn't know the answer, right? That's like, I feel like with knowledge comes a lot of power. Not knowledge is power, and confidence, right? So what I feel like I'm doing throughout this summer is kind of building that confidence in my kids, because I know this stuff is going to come up time and time and time again, and I want them to feel good and do good, right? And so these small snippets of like work that they're doing is helpful. And it's not something that they're dreading, because what I've noticed now, believe it or not, they will ask me on Fridays to do some of their worksheets. And I'm like, no, this is like, Friday is not to do this. Friday is for you to have fun and do something else. We've done this 4 days in a row, like go do something else. And they will insist on doing something. I still have not let them. I'll just like put the little binder away, but I feel like they feel that the consistency is there, and they feel weird when they don't do that. When the routine is broken, they feel a little bit weird. But again, this is the second week that we've done it, so I don't know, maybe by the end of the summer they're like, oh my god, not the binder again, you know? So okay, so yeah, so every day is a little bit different. Let's see, I have a couple of things I just want to call out. So I have math practice and snack time every day at the same time, 10 a.m. And then I have reading at the same time every day, that's 2 p.m. Everything else is like interchangeable, and it changes every day because I don't want them to get burnt out and bored, right? So, oh, another thing is that throughout the day, they do have a random free time where they can like take an hour break, go do something else. You know, that's aside from lunch. Of course, I give them the entire hour for lunch to eat and, you know, watch something, and then we'll get back to the schedule. But something that I want to call out here is spelling. Spelling is on here because I think it's extremely important to hone in on those skills. So for spelling, I like to print out crossword puzzles and what is the other one? Hold on. So it's crossword puzzles and word search. Now, my youngest can't do that just yet, right? So she's just practicing writing letters and words and her name and all of that. And I'll tell you where I find these worksheets. But the crossword puzzles are, they look like, this is one that she actually did this week. And it's all about like cold-blooded animals. So not only is she learning how to properly spell the word, because of course if you spell it wrong in a crossword puzzle, it's the wrong answer, you're not going to figure it out. You have to start over, right? She's learning about how to spell her words right, but she's also learning about animals at the same time, because she has to look this stuff up. So there was one on here that it says a lizard that can change color, which is a chameleon, but she had no idea how to spell it. So she looked it up on Google, figured it out, and now she probably won't forget how to spell chameleon again because she figured it out. This word search that I found is all about civil rights leaders. So before she could do the actual word search, she had to figure out who these people were. And this was the little legend down here. So number 4 was she refused to give up her seat to a white patron. Who was that? Obviously it's Rosa Parks. So she had to fill in those words. So, and then she could do her word search. So I love spelling. I love having spelling on there because it's so important. But also that's only one day a week, right? And these worksheets take up like an entire hour. So that's the entire period of time is just doing the worksheet. Now, another thing that I want to call out is typing practice. I don't know about your kids, but we do a lot of like typing here at her school. Everything that she does is really on her computer. They kind of rarely pull out a paper and a pencil, to be honest, and a lot of her assignments are typing on the computer and writing her, you know, 10 sentence paragraph and things like that. And I noticed she's at one finger. You know, she is a kid. They don't know how to properly type. So I'm like, why are we not having kids learn early on how to properly type and get that skill set done, right? So I found a website that is free, and you can have access to kids learning how to type, and they start you, you know, at like an entry level, and the better, faster that you get, the harder the practice is, and they really love it. So I'm going to share those sites with you. Let's see if I want to go over anything else. I think that's really it, because every day is kind of a little bit different, but it's from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. Like I said, there's some breaks there in between, but most of the time there's 2 breaks, 2-hour breaks, and then everything else is kind of set in stone. But of course the worksheets change, and like I said, it's different every day. So where do I get the worksheets from? I get it from education.com. I have an account with them. I think it's like $14 a month, but I use that website religiously, like use it all of the time, just for them to practice on doing things. And also, if she's struggling with a topic in school, you better believe I get onto education.com and I start printing worksheets that we can do to practice on whatever she's, you know, struggling on when she's in school. So all of these worksheets are from education.com. You can also filter by age. You can filter by topic. You can filter by activity. There's so many options, and everything is printable. Not only that, there's also games on education.com that you can leverage and, you know, use that hour so they can practice spelling, practice adding, practice division, multiply, like anything that you possibly could think of is on there. They have a game for that, and it's very interactive, right? And it's helpful for them, and it doesn't feel like a task. Like it doesn't feel like they're, you know, being punished for some reason, right? Another app that I like to use is Epic. So Epic is a app I started using probably 6 years ago, just to keep her busy when I was doing something, to be honest, because they have a section that says read to me. Like you can actually have it's like an Audible version, but it's like interactive. You can change the page and all that good stuff, but it's reading to you as it's going through the entire book. So if they're not readers yet, it's still a good app to leverage. Again, you can filter through topic, you can filter by age, you can filter, I mean, you name it. You can filter by, you know, civil rights. You can, I mean, they have everything. And so I just pick 4 books every week for her to read. They're like 30 to 50 pages every book. And they get online, they start reading. Devani reads on her own, and Devin will pick a book that she wants read to her. And it's just so easy, and it's so great. And you know, it's hard for Devani to enjoy certain books. I have noticed she likes like nonfiction. She likes facts. She likes to deep dive on a topic. So like I had her read a like National Geographic little kids book about what was it? Oh my gosh. Lost Cities. And that girl, I mean, she was so into it. She started Googling these places. Like she read about a lost city in Petra and Istanbul. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm butchering that. But yeah, she read so much about it, and she asked me if I could get her more books like that. And I'm like, absolutely. You know, I feel like that's the secret, is finding something that your kids are really interested in and just keep giving it to them. Because if it's going to educate them and help them and teach them, and it's also going to provide you to have time back for work and have that, you know, that time back where you're not going crazy, I feel like why not? Why not? You know? But anyway, that's really it. I mean, oh no, the typing. Let me tell you about the typing website. It's called let me see. Typing.com. If I have that wrong, I will put it on the screen. That's right. Typing.com. It's free. Get on there, leverage it, use it. Why not? I mean, if you have a kid who's eager to learn how to type, maybe they're older, you know, Devani's 10, maybe they're older and they're struggling with like typing. That's a great app or website to use. I don't think they have an app. But yeah, a good 30 minutes on there practicing every day is, or maybe 3 times a week. I don't know. It's very helpful. So I don't know. I hope this is helpful for you guys. A friend of mine actually was, I posted it on Instagram, what we were doing at home. And her name is Amy. She was like, you really need to make a video because this is very helpful. So thank you, Amy, for the idea, because I probably would not have posted about it. I feel like, you know, this is just maybe boring stuff. I don't know. I probably shouldn't think that way, but this is, yeah, I think it's good for people to understand and like learn about what we're doing, because we're all kind of struggling separately. You know, being a parent is not easy. You try to keep them alive, healthy, and keep yourself sane. And you also don't want them to fall behind during summertime, right? You want them to have a good time, but also not lose certain strengths. And I hope that that's what I'm doing here. And I hope it helps you. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm totally open, and I'll be honest with anything as far as like how this is working, how it's not. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, do that, because I usually post about some of this stuff and you can kind of see behind the scenes. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later.